Hi everyone, it is me Sammy. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hope you're all having an amazing day whatever it is you're doing. Welcome to my first beauty project pan focus for 2026. Super excited for this. If you haven't seen my project pan 2026 intro, definitely go and check that out because it's going to explain more about what I'm doing for project pan for this year. In this video I'm going to be going through all of the skincare products that we're putting into project pan for 2026, as well as all of the makeup products as well. My goal for project pan this year is to complete and fully use up 10 makeup products, and then I'm going to be trying to finish as many skincare as I possibly can. So that's what's in this video, guys. I'm actually going to be doing a full face of makeup while I talk through all the products as well, show you how I actually use them and what it looks like as an ensemble on my face. So yeah guys, if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Also consider subscribing down below if you haven't already, it means a lot to me. And without further ado, let's dive into it. So I have my empty project pan container. First up, let's just run through all the hair care and the skincare that's going in before we dive into the makeup bits. Rolling in from the 2025 project pan, we've got this small bit of Aveeno Skin Relief Body Oil Spray that's going in. We're going to try and complete this very soon, hopefully. As well as the Bed Head Sun Like It Hot Heat Protection Spray for my hair. That's going back in as well. We're just over halfway complete on this. So hopefully, again, it will be a quick finisher like the Aveeno in the next couple of months. I'm hoping to finish those two. And of course, throughout the year, as we're finishing, we'll be rolling in new products in their place. For extra products outside of my skincare routine, I've got the Detoxify Pixie Depuffing Eye Patches. We're about halfway through on these. So we've got, or just over halfway done on those. So we're bringing those back in from 2025 as well, hopefully to finish those soon as well. And then I've got my two Laneige products. We've got the Laneige Lip Sleepy Mask in Apple Lime. We're very close to panning this one, so that's coming back in. And also the Lip Glowy Balm in Candy Cane. I'm just going to put some of this on my lips now to prep it ready for makeup in a bit. My lips were feeling a little bit dry, that's so much better. For cleansers, we're rolling back in the CeraVe Blemish Control Cleanser and the Elemis Pro Collagen Rose Cleansing Balm. That's coming back in as well. So we're going to try and complete these as soon as we can. The last two skincare that we're rolling back in from Project Pan 2025 is the Murad Retinol Youth Renewal Night Cream. Hoping to finish this one this year, but absolutely love it and kind of don't want it to finish because it's really expensive. And then we've also got the Clinique All About Eyes Eye Cream. We are very, very close to fully panning this, so I actually reckon this is only going to be a couple of weeks. So hopefully next month's update, this could potentially be an empty, and then we can roll in a new eye cream. And then the three new products that we've got for my skincare routine for Project Pan 2026. I'm going to be using the Origins Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience Soothing Treatment Lotion. So this is a toner. So we are bringing this into Project Pan. It's brand new, unopened, so very excited to see how far we can get on this year. I've then got a Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. We are only about a third of the way left on this one, so I just thought let me roll this in because we finished the Esper one at the end of last year, so let's just roll in a new moisturizer and see how many we can get done. So yeah, there's only a third of this left, so let's start using this year. And then for a serum, the last skincare product, I'm using the Esper Optimal Skin Pro Serum. I didn't actually have any skin serums in Project Pan last year, which I felt was silly because I did actually finish a lot of serums last year. If you watch my beauty buys and buys videos, then you'll see sort of outside of Project Pan anything I finish, and I was finishing a lot of serums, which would have boosted my numbers massively for Project Pan. So I definitely wanted to start including some skin serums in here as well. So the Optimal Skin Pro Serum from Esper, it's only a small size as well, so I feel like this would be quite easy to pan, so it's going into Project Pan this year. Now we're going to run through all of the makeup products that I've got in Project Pan this year, but we're going to be doing a full face of makeup as I'm introducing each of the products to show you how I'm going to be using them. So the first one is primer, and I'm using the NYX Honey G Me Up Primer. Again, another roll-in from last year. This is a beautiful tacky primer. As it's coming to the end of this one, it is getting a bit harder to actually scoop from the bottom. So I do feel like I've been using a bit less of this recently. But this does have a really nice tack to it, so love that because it's going to go with all the makeup. Now I'm not using this on my skin today because this is for my no makeup days, but it's the Garnier Vitamin C Daily UV Glow. This one's staying in Project Pan. I've got very little left of this. I'm hoping for an empty by the end of this month, otherwise I'm going to be really disappointed that I haven't used it enough. But there's very little left in this. So yeah, hopefully that will be panned soon, but that is also coming into Project Pan now. Also rolling in from last year is our IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. This is too dark for my skin complexion, so I normally mix it with a lighter foundation, but because I finished my EX1 Invisiwear foundation, I'm rolling in my NARS. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Gobi. And what I'm going to do is just mix 1 pump of this with 2 pumps of this, mix it together on the back of my hand, and then apply it with a beauty sponge. The coverage on this concoction is phenomenal. Looking a little bit pale, but it's okay because we're going to bronze us up and bring that colour back to the face after this full coverage wash of base. Now I'm going to set this in place with the RCMA No Colour Setting Powder, and this is getting put into Project Pan as well. We've got between 1/4 and 1/3 left in here. I am going to mark up all the products and take all their weights and stuff after this video so that we've got a reference point for next month's updates. But yeah, I'm just going to lightly set my whole face with this now. No heavy baking or anything like that anymore like I used to. Oh my gosh, my under eyes used to be so dry. But yeah, just a light dusting of that to set the base in place. Next up, I'm going to do my bronzer, and because we finished the mini Hoola bronzer in 2025's Project Pan, we're bringing in a new bronzer this year, and this is the NARS Laguna bronzer. I think I've had a couple of swatches out of this, but not a lot, but because it's quite a small size bronzer, I'm hoping where we managed to finish our Hoola bronzer last year, we can get a fair way into completing this one. It's a beautiful blend on this. It feels so weird using something that isn't my Benefit Hoola bronzer. I'm using new makeup products, this feels so strange. But for my bronzer, I love to place it on my cheeks and then bring it slightly up to the temple as well, just to frame that and create that shadow for the cheekbones. Then I'm going to run a little bit under my chin as well to create a little bit more of a shadow. Now I'm just going to do it along the hairline as well. And that is our bronzer done. Now I would normally put this in my eye crease as well as an eyeshadow, but we're rolling in eyeshadows this year, so that is not necessary just yet until we're desperate to try and finish it later on. Then for blusher, we're still using our EX1 blusher in the shade Pretty in Peach. We did so well on this last year that I have to complete this with you guys, I really do. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can get this done this year. I actually don't think it's gonna take a lot longer to finish this. Just add in that pinch of colour to the cheeks, and then I do also like to pop this on my nose as well. The reason I like to put it on my nose, I just feel like it adds that little bit of colour into the centre. Where I don't contour my nose or anything like that, there's not a lot of shadow or colour there. So I just like to add a flush of colour with the blush. I just feel like it looks a little bit more natural for my liking, personally. Now for our highlight, we're still using the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. Absolutely love this. We're going to see how much we can get done of this year. I'm just going to apply that to the tops of my cheekbones now. I sort of just bring it in a C there. With regards to highlighter placement, the best way I found to know where to put highlighter on my particular face is when you've just done your skincare routine and you've sort of got your serums, your moisturizers, and your face is glowing. If you stand in natural sunlight, sort of look in the mirror as to where the light is hitting your face and creating that natural sort of reflection. And for me, it's sort of here and it goes up slightly there. So that's the best place for me to place highlighter on my face. But I've always found that's the best way to sort of judge where you should be placing your highlighter. And then I also pop a little bit of highlighter on the bridge of my nose, on the tip of my nose, and then on the cupid's bow of my lip as well. I love having a little shine on the end of my nose. I don't know why, I just really like it. Now we're going to do our brows. Now we're still going to be using our Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder from last year's Project Pan. However, I'm also going to be including my brow gel in this Project Pan this year. This is the Pixie Brow Tamer, and we're going to be bringing this into Project Pan as well because it is something I use every single day, and I just feel like if I'm using products, then let's just put it into Project Pan and let it count towards those finished items at the end of the year. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to go in first with my Benefit Foolproof Brow Powder and just fill in my brows. I like to just brush through them, pop a little bit of powder on, and then brush through again with the gel. And that's how I've done my eyebrows for years, and I can't see it changing anytime soon. It just looks really natural, and as I've shown in Project Pan 2025, brow powders are so long lasting. They last absolutely ages, so it's actually a really affordable way to do your brows if you like to do your brows on a daily basis. That's my brow powder on. Now I'm just going to run through them with my clear brow gel, and then we can add this into our Project Pan pot as well. I love this method with the brows because they sort of look laminated. Where you've gone through them with the clear brow gel, you do get that definition of the brow hairs with the sort of shadow and the colour and the fullness of the powder underneath, and they stay in place because of the brow gel. So yeah, highly recommend it if you've got sort of brows that can manage it. I know a lot of people that have quite sparse brows and stuff like that don't like this method. They prefer pencils and filling in with pomades and stuff like that, but yeah, this is how I like to do my brows anyway. So that's going into Project Pan now, along with our foolproof brow powder, to see if we can actually get any closer to finishing that by the end of this year. Now we're going to do some eyeshadow. So I've got 2 eyeshadow palettes that I'd like to work on for Project Pan. I'm gonna see how it goes. A lot of you have said that if I try and pan a whole eyeshadow palette and things like that, it can be quite disheartening because it's quite a hard challenge. So what I'd like to do this month is try and use as many of the different shades as I can and use these palettes as much as I can. And then I'm thinking next month I'm gonna rotate it. And what I'll do is throughout the year, as I'm using up my collection and using sort of 2 palettes a month, if there's any of my palettes in my collection that I'm sort of finding that I'm not able to use, or I'm not actually enjoying using them or anything else like that, then it's a great way for me to actually declutter. I was thinking to do this similar with lipsticks once I finished my lipstick that I've still got in Project Pan. I'm thinking maybe to use a different lip product a day, potentially, and then sort of at the end of the month, any that I wouldn't wear again or didn't enjoy wearing, then I would declutter them, only for my sort of open and already half-used products. But I was just thinking, trying to do sort of like a no pan left behind or a no lipstick left behind challenge inside this Project Pan, just to try and see how we get on. But these are my 2 palettes that I'm planning to use this month. We've got the Modern Renaissance by Anastasia Beverly Hills, an absolute classic. Absolutely love this colorway, it's absolutely beautiful. And I thought I could get some neutral looks as well as some bright looks out of that. And then also the Too Faced Natural Eyes. This is the ideal sort of like bridal prom palette. Like, absolutely loved wearing this when I was working as well, like if I was doing eyeshadow looks when I was going into the office. It's a really gorgeous eye palette. We've got our mattes on the top and we've got some beautiful shimmers that give some really beautiful neutral looks, but you can make it quite dark and smoky, just light and fresh as well. So I'm actually going to use this one today to do our eye look. So I'm just going to go in with this middle shade here, sort of similar to how I would use the bronzers and things like that, actually just making a sort of shadow in the crease. I'm just going to buff that into the crease. The other reason why I sort of stopped doing eyeshadow looks as well is, like, since turning 30, so I'm 31 now, since turning 30, I don't know whether it's just since I was 30 or I've just noticed it more, but my eyelids don't play like how they used to. If we're dragging them too much, they sort of stay in that dragged position. Like, I don't have the sort of elasticity, let's say that, in my eyelids anymore. Yeah, it's just making me realise that I'm not as young as I used to be, and no one likes that feeling. Then just gonna go in with the darker matte brown just to deepen the outer corners. Now we've already made quite a dent in Push Up in the centre here, so I feel like that's a good place to start if I want to start panning eyeshadows. So I'm actually going to go in with this one now in the centre of my eyelid. And then the last shade I'm going to use is this Silk Teddy one here, which is really pretty, and that's just going to go on the inner portion of my eyelid. And then just to finish this off, I'm just going to go in with Cashmere Bunny again, and then I'm just going to pop that along my lower lash line just underneath, just to balance out the eye look and create that shadow underneath the eye as well. And there we go, we've used 4 of our shades already just on one eye look. And yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. First eyeshadow look in a really long time, so I'm glad I haven't forgot how to blend. Now, I didn't have a mascara in Project Pan last year either, so that's changing. I've got the Bare Minerals Lashtopia mascara. Not my favourite mascara, but I am enjoying using it at the moment, but still doesn't compare to my favourite, which is L'Oreal Lash Paradise. That will forever be my favourite mascara. So yeah, I'm going to pop some of this on now. However, we do also have another lash product that I'm rolling into Project Pan, and this is my Nano Lash Eyelash Serum. Haven't started using this yet, it's still sealed. I got it as a gift at Christmas and I'm really excited to use this. I'm not sure how long this actually lasts for. It might be months and months and months, but I do want to do sort of like a dedicated video to my progress with this. But also it's going into Project Pan because I'm determined to finish this year and to be using it as often as possible to sort of help my eyelash growth, because I have the stubbiest little lashes and I would love to change that. So yeah, just going in with an eyelash curler now. I'm going to pop my mascara on. I think the hardest part for me this year is going to be trying not to use eyelash extensions because I'm so obsessed with them at the moment, and false lashes. But if I'm going to be determined to do my eyelash serum, I have to just let my natural lashes shine as much as they can and not get in the way of that or risking that not happening. That is my mascara done. Now I'm going to pop on some setting spray. This is the Bare Minerals Dew Mist setting spray, just a little mini. So I'm hoping this is going to be an easy quick pan this year. So that's my setting spray for Project Pan. And last but by no means least, lips. We've still got a little bit left of our Annabelle Minerals Sheer Shine lipstick in the shade Apricot. I'm actually having to use like a lip brush now to apply it because I can't put it on my lips directly without it sort of scraping back off against the rim. So we're gonna use this until it's finished, and then like I said, I'm gonna come up with some kind of cool challenge with the rest of my lipsticks. And yeah, I don't think I've got too many more uses left in this, which is such a shame because it is such a pretty colour. But I feel like if we do a lipstick challenge, then I'm definitely going to find some more that I love in my collection just as much as I love this shade, because especially with like the redness in my hair at the moment, I don't know, I just absolutely love this colour and how it looks. And yeah guys, that is the finished makeup look. This is what I'm going to be looking like on my glam days for the foreseeable future. And this is everything that we've popped into Project Pan for 2026 for our beauty category. Let me just quickly count them up and see how many products we're starting with. We have 28 products live starting from today. It is the 4th of January. I am starting a little bit late, apologies. But we are going in with 28 beauty products, guys, and join me next month where we're gonna have a full update and breakdown. I might even show you my skincare routine. Let me know what kind of routines you'd like to see throughout this. What kind of deep dives do you want? What kind of before and afters would you like to see with regards to the skincare? Let me know, guys, because this is our joint project this year. I really want to see you guys getting involved. Talking about you guys getting involved, I set you guys a beauty mini challenge in the intro video. For anyone that decided to take me up on my mini challenge, I challenged you to find one makeup and one skincare product that you would like to pan by the end of January. Have you picked your products and have you started using them, or did you decide to go with a cooking or cleaning mini challenge? Let me know down below, guys. I'm super excited to get the Project Pantry and the cleaning Project Pan underway in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be doing massive clear outs of the cupboards for any expired products and all that kind of stuff. So those videos are coming really soon, guys. Every week on a Wednesday you're going to be getting a Project Pan update, and it's going to have a different focus every week. So yeah, I'm super excited for this year. I'm really excited now that I've got all my beauty products chosen. I can just crack on and try and use them as much as I can, which is so exciting. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for all the love and support on my channel at the moment as well. It means the absolute world to me. And hopefully I will be seeing you very, very soon for another video. Take care. Bye.